So we're going to start over here. Look at my hand waving. Okay, there's two switches over here. They're toggle switches. Up turns them on, up turns them off. This one on the far left is called the rear scene lights. The scene lights are up top on both sides of the truck. Okay, and that's just how we have lighting off the back of the truck. This second light switch is for the hose bed lights, and it gives firefighters, when they're on top of the truck loading the hose, lighting at night. How do you get on top of the truck at night? You pull these steps down and you work your way up the top of the truck. If you notice here, we've got a compartment. If we open it up, we have three sets of different tools in here. This first one, this is called the New York hook. It's got a blunt end that you would use for punching up into a wall or ceiling. And then on this other end, we have an actual hooking mechanism. Both of these ends are very handy for pulling sheetrock particularly. Putting it back in is kind of tricky. Don't hurt the truck putting it in. Take your time. This next piece of equipment is called an attic ladder, and I'll specifically go into ladders in a lot more detail on another video. Okay, we have just another New York hook. Coming across the back of the truck, they have an arrow stick, we have a backup camera, and then as we start to get to the top of the truck, in this top tray, and it's a very deep compartment, there's a lot of stuff up in here. So this first thing is a plastic tub. The plastic tub is filled with bug spray, trash bags, some type of ant killer, hand sanitizer. It's just a general service bucket for on the truck, whatever firefighters have need for. Okay, this is a scene light right here, portable scene light. You would plug it into a normal extension cord. This is a very bright light. It's LED. Coming across, here's our extension cord. We also have spare spanner wrenches and a hydrant wrench in here. And then we also have spare large spanner wrenches in here. This big stack of red back here, these are tarps. See if I can get one out. We use the tarps for salvage and overhaul on scenes. Typically the fire trucks have a minimum of 3, sometimes they have a lot more. This very last item that's sitting back here, it is kind of hard to get to. Yes, there's 2. This is called a foam suction line. This is how we refill the foam on the truck. It's more of an engineer's tool. And then this big bag here is just PFDs, personal float devices, life jackets. So when we're on a swift water scene, we have some safety items. The last big thing in here coming across is where we keep a lot of our small tools. Same thing on this handle. What you have to do is push down, get it to go. Push down on it, pull the tray out. Okay, that's as far as it goes. So we have a small Honda generator for that scene light that we can put anywhere. We have a small chainsaw used for obviously cutting trees and perhaps parts of the house out. This big red thing right here, this is called a hose clamp. And a hose clamp is very specially used by the engineer, and it's when we lay our large supply lines across a roadway. We can put it in here and we can physically turn the hose off by clamping down on it, but we don't have to turn the actual hydrant off. Okay, This big beast here is called a chop saw. In the back we have fuel cans, 2 different types of fuel. We also have bar oil. And then lastly, down here on the bottom we have a dry chem fire extinguisher. On the small tools, the small engines, and the extinguishers, we'll have a more detailed class. Coming across the back of the truck is a last ladders compartment. And this is where we keep our various ladders that we would use on any fire scene. We have one roof ladder, we have a 24-foot extension ladder, and then back here, there's a backboard, also on this far left side. Right here. And then as a brief overview for the rear compartment on engine 1.